Hello everyone and welcome to another Historic videos. So today we're going to be taking a look at a Bogless aura in Historic. It is basically a Bogles deck without Bogles in it. So what makes it a Bogles deck? And that's because we're dealing with 11 copies of creatures with hexproof. So the reason why I'm forcing the hexproof archetype in the auras instead of the usual Core Spirit Dancer SRAM version where you draw a bunch of cards is actually because there's just way too many wizard decks. I'm just kind of sick of it, right? So we have 4 copies of Invisible Stalker and Cybot Cryptomancers in the deck, but we're also playing 4 copies of Priest of Possibility, which can take advantage of all the cards in the deck, especially the Indestructible Land, which gives the Priest indestructibility, and Invisible Stalker and Cybot Cryptomancer having hexproof can also give Priest hexproof as well. And along with that, we also play 4 copies of Swiftblade Vindicator, which has double strike, vigilance, and trample. This is basically the jackpot. If you hit this card off of Priest of Possibilities ETB, this card is going to be blessed with all these keywords. And for the last card, we're playing 4 copies of Swooping Lookout for flying and vigilance. So having said that, we're going to be jumping into some Historic Best of 3 to show you guys how the deck does. So let's hop on over. I think we can do better, right? Here we go. Oh no. It's a humans deck. Hexproof and indestructible. Okay, I can't quite use Staggering Insight. And we didn't get a vigilance on this either. So this was a really bad Priest of Possibility, unfortunately. Would have been really nice otherwise. Okay, opponent does not know what Priest of Possibility does, and that's really good for us. That is really good for us. See, this is an advantage of playing a card that nobody knows. That's an inherent advantage. Good thing it's a hexproof indestructible though. Did not attack. Okay. I think I'm going to actually attach the Staggering Insight to Wow. You're really gonna sacrifice your Ranger Captain of Eels here? You can't win next turn anyways. I think that's a really bad sacrifice. Yeah, I don't like this. I don't like that sacrifice at all. Because I still got things to do, such as putting Loris into my to my hand. Okay, so they do have a Skyclave apparition. Okay. I was curious if they actually play Skyclave apparition in the main deck. I guess we'll just go like this. And then we just pass. It's definitely a little bit of an annoying game, isn't it? I have an Eldraine blocker every single turn. I definitely need a way to give this vigilance somehow. That's gonna be how I win this game. That will be how I win this game. Okay, Catilda, not good. Or give it like wow. 3 Inquisitor Captains. Very good draws from our opponent here. I will say. Very, very good. Yeah, a little bit unfortunate this game. The Priest of Possibility missed quite hard. What are these draws? Okay, first of all, they started with a lieutenant, and then they included a captain 3 times. It's insane. The funny thing is I can probably still win if we can somehow like get... Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Cartouche? Not sure if that does anything. Why are they playing that? Okay, I think I've seen enough. It's okay. Sometimes it's unfortunate, you know? Sometimes it's unfortunate. The Sentinel's Eye is gonna be really good. And Curiosity can maybe go. Yeah, maybe something like that. Okay, little bit of a late priest of possibility here, but hopefully we draw untap land. Or... Okay, that's fine. That's still fine. What's not fine is actually us having 3 copies of hexproof creatures here, which means there's a highly likelihood of this missing a hexproof, but wow, we actually got there. Super nice, actually. It also has a vigilance. Gotta keep that in mind. That's 8 damage going in. And we can further buff it with Cyber Cryptomancer. The most important part here is that this thing has trample and a double strike. I'll decline. So if we Cyber Cryptomancer, this is 12 damage. Since they decided to block, I think I'm gonna save the Cyber Cryptomancer for my turn. Guess I'll play another one then. I think these are all just +1/+1s, right? It's not really anything relevant. So let's see. I think I'm going to get rid of Dahlia's Lieutenant, because I think grows. And we're gonna attack with both of these. So that's gonna grow into a 5/5, so they're gonna go to 1. Their last resort. I don't think that does it. They have 8 toughness, so they just died to freeze a possibility. Nice. Nice. I mean, it's definitely an annoying deck, for sure. I think if I was playing the the OG Aura deck, I'd probably lose because like they have a lot of like Skyclip apparitions, Dahlia, Esper Sentinel, right? We don't have to cast that many cards. We don't have to cast that many non-creature spells. Invisible Stalker. Maybe we can win with... The thing is, we don't have Vigilance on this. Yeah, we don't have Vigilance Aura. That's like the most important aura. Yikes. It's kind of a yikes. Actually not bad. No, all things considered, not bad. We missed Hexproof. That's really bad. Now that's really bad. We missed out on the Hexproof. Definitely an oof. So we have to Staggering Insight to maybe draw into something. Unless they want to sacrifice the Ranger Captain Neos here. They didn't, so I'm gonna try to draw as much as possible here. Because I'm not in a good spot at the moment. Maybe we should have brought Fragment Reality. Right? And maybe we should have brought Fragment Reality. At least this time around, they don't have multiple Skyclave apparitions. Okay. So it wouldn't have mattered. We drew another Priest of Possibilities, so... Okay, let's see what we get with the other Priest of Possibility. We bricked again. Don't like that. We don't like that. I'm just gonna cash in on this. Deal as much damage as possible, draw as much as possible. We have the other Priest of Possibility as a backup. There's a Collected Company, which was getting taxed by their own Dahlia. So I believe Catilda is only generating mana for... Yeah, only white here, so they can't actually use this. Actually, they can. So, they destroy one of the E3 armor. I think I just keep attaching it to There's a Possibility on the left side because it has trample. And they're gonna be forced to destroy. And I think I'm going to Portable Hole. Catilda here. Because then they're gonna lose the mana ability, right? Then if they want to actually... So they can't block and then use the ability. So this way they lose 2 blockers this way. So opponent goes to 2. Then we have Vault Scourge. And that should be game. Even if they try to get rid of this Priest of Possibility, they have to worry about this Vault Scourge with Staggering Aura. And that is game. GG's. Actually working out, by the way. Yeah, actually working out. GG's. I'm playing as Giganta, most likely a wizard deck. I'm not sure if I want to keep this. If I can make this survive, this is going to grow into a 3-4 on turn 2. Actually a 4-5, right? Wait, hold on, let me actually check. So if I play Mana Confluence, play the Swooping Lookout, play the Darksteel Citadel. So that's 1, 2, 3, and all that glitter is giving 3. This is gonna be a 3-5. No, this is gonna be a 4-5. I mean, it's really tempting, right? Like, if they don't answer this on turn 1, they lose the game. But it is a bit of a gamble, isn't it? Speaking of gamble, this is also a gamble. I'm gonna gamble. I'm gambling. I'm gambling. Big sad. The gamble didn't pay off. Oh? The gamble? Potential payoff? Oh man, why do you have to start with Soul Scar Mage, man? What are you doing? I might actually have to... Man, it's because of this Balmor. I think... Because this is giving them trample, like... I feel like I'm kind of inclined to play Priest. Okay, whatever. Okay, we got Hexproof. That's all that matters. We didn't get flying though. Wow. Okay. We have a chance. We're at 21. Ethereal armor is gonna go ham, right? What is going on? Playing around spell pierce. Nice. Okay, so this matchup, we want Fragment Reality. We want Portable Hole. Do we want Portable? Yeah, maybe. Okay, and the Vault Scourge. Kinda want Esper Sentinel as well. But that's gonna be an afterthought. So this matchup, it's really, really important that we get a hexproof because of Soul Scar mages. I'm gonna go down on two copies of Swooping Lookout, and then probably Spell Pierce. I'm not sure about Tormod's Crypt either. You have to cut 2 cards. I'm gonna go down on 2 copies of Curious Obsession. Okay, Fragment Reality is really nice. So we have Interaction Spell. A card they can't really interact with. I don't like the fact that they skip turn 1. Okay. I see a possibility. Possibility I shall get. Now that is a creature. Now that is a creature. The Super Bogle. And there we go. Easy game. Yeah, I'm playing against Yorion deck. I think this is a easy mulligan. Only 1 land. This is Darkseal Citadel. There's only 1 Yorion deck I know of, and that's Gates deck. There we go. It is a Gate deck. We have double E3 armor, so this is gonna go fast. Especially if this gets a double strike. Which it did not, but... I mean... Flying Hexproof, Indestructible, Vigilance Flying. Pretty good. Grizzly! Okay, that's cheating. That's cheating, opponent. You can't do that. Actually, they have 3. No, wait, they only have 1 gate. What's going on? Should I actually put it on Swooping Lookout? I think that's more damage. So Gates Ablaze won't do that much damage. It only does 1 damage right now. Man, that Grazer was actually a clutch. That might actually win them the game, but maybe not because they're lacking so... They don't have anything. Like, do they not? They don't have gates. They have 4 gates at the moment. Yeah, they have 4 gates at the moment. What's going on? Okay, I'm actually not a big fan of Spell Pierce against the Gates deck, but that's my only counterspell. So, and Swooping Lookout isn't that great. I'd rather have Esper Sentinel in this matchup. So the card I should probably get rid of is maybe Sentinel's Eyes. I'm looking at top 2 cards. I think I should keep this. Yeah, I think I should keep this. I'm looking at 2 cards before I get to I get a chance to cast the Priest of Possibility, so I think that was worth the gamble and it paid off. Swift Blade Vindicator. Now that is spicy, isn't it? We have a Spell Pierce plus Ethereal Armor. Thinking about just playing the Cartouche. It's not like Gates Ablaze do anything. They take 10 damage, so if they ramp, they lose the game. So I don't need to put up Spell Pierce here. I mean, this deck definitely seems... Okay. I should have probably played the Spell Pierce there. Feels bad. Feels real bad. Okay, what should I do? If they play... I think I'm just going to Cybat Cryptomancer or Curious Accession. Yeah. This deck actually is good? Question mark? Is it actually good? Okay, so we played some Bogless Aura, without the Bogles, of course. And surprise, surprise, it's actually pretty nice. It played out pretty nicely. So one thing that really separates this deck compared to decks with Core Spirit Dancer, obviously this is a really, really nice Aura card. But the problem with this card is that lately, there's a lot of decks that have interaction spells, such as the Wizards. If you play against Wizards, you're not going to have a good time because everything gets removed every single time. And that's where kind of like these cards come in, right? Priest of Possibility is basically a Boggle. Invisible Stalker is basically a Boggle. Cybus Cryptomancer is another Boggle card. Unfortunately, they are 2 mana cards. There's some obvious downsides there. But thankfully, soon enough, we're going to be getting Glade Cover Scout from Pioneer. If they ever want to bring Pioneer into Arena, right? That actually works pretty well with Priest of Possibility as well, having more hexproof creatures. Eventually, we're gonna get a 1-mana card that's also Boggle, so... But I think the mana base could probably use some work. To be fair, we don't actually need red. We don't really need it, because we're never gonna be casting this. This card is just for Priest. But going back to topic, like I said, this feels a lot safer against like Fatal Pushes, Wizard's Lightning, things like that. It's just there's just too many removal spells at the moment. So Priest of Possibility getting hexproof, indestructible, very, very nice. Other than that, our creature of choice for Priest of Possibility. Obviously, we need good creatures to play with the Priest of Possibility. Like, they have to be like standalone good. Like Invisible Stalker and Cybus Cryptomancer makes sense. They already have hexproof, so that like even if you don't draw Priest of Possibility, like if you have like Staggering Insight and Curious Obsession with all that glitters and E3 armor, these can win by itself. This one, on the other hand, doesn't have hexproof. Hard to cast because of the mana. Only reason why we're playing this card is because it has Double Strike, Vigilance, and Trample. So most of the times we're not going to be able to cast this ever. So I feel like our deck is actually kind of missing that discard spell, and which makes me want to play this card. Security Bypass. As long as an enchanted creature is attacking alone, it can't be blocked, which is really good for Priest of Possibility. And enchanted creature has, whenever this creature deals combat damage, it connives. So you can draw a card, discard a card, and put a +1/+1 counter on your Priest of Possibility, which seems pretty sick. So maybe like a 1 copy of it instead of maybe Arcane Flight, because Griff's Boon is going to be a lot better, right? It's not like we worry about toughness with Priest of Possibility. So yeah, having 1 Security Bypass here seems pretty nice. And lastly, our last card here, Swooping Lookout, is actually insane. So for 1, it has synergy with all that glitters, right? Because this is an artifact. So there's synergy number 1. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact and enchantment you control. So synergy number 1. And it also has vigilance. So without even casting Sentinel's Eyes, you can give your creature vigilance. And then it has flying, which is nice versus Wizard deck. This thing has like multi-synergy in this deck, so I really like this card. And especially, I did actually describe a scenario, like paint the picture against a Wizard deck, was I actually had a hand with Swooping Lookout and all that glitters, but I actually had like an artifact land in my hand. So I was actually thinking, if I could sneak in a Swooping Lookout against a Wizard deck, since I went first, if I play this on turn 1, right, and they don't kill it, and I play a land and then all that glitters, this is gonna be a 4/5 instantly because it's an artifact. So definitely, like, there's some edge cases where this can be pretty insane. And the fact that it has flying and vigilance is also very, very nice as well for Priest of Possibility. But the only lifelink that we have is actually Staggering Insight. So maybe you want to cut 2 copies here and then bring in some Vault Scourge, especially in best of 1. Vault Scourge might be a little bit better than Swooping Lookout in some cases. There's just no, I don't think there's Vigilance and Lifelink. Oh, there is actually Speaker of the Heavens. That could also work as well. Yeah, if you want, Speaker of the Heavens could be another card that you could try, right? Especially in Best of 1. But the thing is also, this thing doesn't fly. Sometimes flying is better than Lifelink, especially against a Wizard deck, right? So yeah, there's some things you can play around with. There's a lot of creature choices. So if you're an Aura fan and have been kind of struggling because there's a lot of removal spells at the moment, this is something you can try. So yeah, that is going to be it for today's video. I think the next one is going to be definitely Historic No Ban list. I don't think I'm going to be playing Ranked for a while with the Historic No Ban list coming. There's only 3 cards banned in the Historic No Ban list, and it's also going to be all access, right? It's going to be all access. You don't have to craft anything, but Demonic Tutors, Channel, and Tybalt's Trickery are going to be banned, so rejoice. So yeah, that is going to be it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video so far, and if you did, as always, leave a like, comment below, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.